It's okay. It's good. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Hare Hare. Thank you very much for coming tonight. We want to thank Ajamil Prabhu. He loves Krishna and he loves Krishna's name. You can tell that. And he chants it with a lot of gusto and vigor, and it puts energy in everyone. So thank you very much, Prabhu. He is a genuine Kirtanya. Kirtan means you cannot stop chanting Hare Krishna. So he can chant for 12 hours straight Hare Krishna, but unfortunately our drummers and cartel players can't follow him for that long. So he only did like 1.5 hours tonight. He'll do some more. So thank you, Prabhu. So tonight we're going to quickly hear what differentiates Lord Krishna from all other divine personalities, like Lord Shiva, Brahma, Indra, Durga, and other deified personalities in the universe. Number one point is Lord Krishna is the undisputed master of the illusory energy. Illusory energy means Maya, in the spiritual world and in the material world. Maya exists in the spiritual world and the material world. In the spiritual world, she is known as Yoga Maya, and in the material world, she's known as Mahamaya or Durga Mata. And Durga Mata and Kali Mata and Parvati, they are all expansions coming from Radharani. And Yoga Maya, from Yoga Maya, which is an internal energy of Krishna, and then all the ladies, including Lakshmi, Yoga Maya, and so forth, they come originally from Radharani, which is Krishna's personal consort. So the Yoga Maya potency in the spiritual world puts people in illusion so they can come very close to Krishna, hugging him, spanking him, running after him, catching him. And in the material world, the Durga Mata or Mahamaya, she takes people away from Krishna. Why is that? Because in order to commit sinful activities, you have to completely forget Krishna. But we cannot do anything without Krishna's help. So when a person is always desiring sinful activities, Krishna gives that person complete forgetfulness through Mahamaya or Durga Mata. Then one feels free to commit sinful activities. So we see so many people committing sinful activities. Like we have Hindus that go to Las Vegas, they gamble, they drink, they eat meat, but yet they come to the temple in Seattle. So in order to be able to eat the meat, gamble, drink, and other things, you have to forget Krishna. And Durga Mata lets people do that. So we have the example when Krishna's foster father, Nanda Maharaj, took Krishna to Vrindavan, and he exchanged Krishna with the newly born baby of Mother Yasoda, Yoga Maya, who was a girl, and brought her back to the prison in Mathura, in Kamsa's prison. At that time, Kamsa heard the newborn baby. He had already killed 6 sons of Vasudeva and Devaki. The 7th child appeared to be a miscarriage, but actually, by the mystical power of Krishna, his brother Balaram was transferred to the womb of a second wife of Vasudeva named Rohini, who was living in Vrindavan under the protection of Nanda Maharaj. And now the 8th child, who was supposed to be Krishna, and Kamsa was waiting anxiously so he could kill him, appears. Kamsa runs down into the prison, and he grabs the child, but he's a little surprised because it's not a girl, it's not a boy, it's a girl. It's supposed to be a boy, But he decided to kill the little girl anyway. So as he's going to smash her head on the stones downstairs in the prison, she jumps out of his hands and up into the air and manifests the form of Durga Mata with 10 arms, and each arm holding a weapon. And she says, "You fool, Kamsa. Krishna is already far away, and as prophesied, he's going to kill you." And at that point, Kamsa becomes very afraid. But why should he be afraid? He'd be afraid. He's a worshiper of Durga Mata. That's his worshipable deity. But yet, she was so fierce, he became very afraid. Now, Vasudeva and Devaki were not afraid, because they did not see the ferocious form of Durga Mata. They saw Yogamaya. Therefore, they were not afraid. So this brings into question a very important issue. The issue is, people who engage in sinful activities, they see Durga. People who engage in saintly activities, they see Yogamaya. Now, it's just like when you have electricity, the same electricity can run a heater or it can run an air conditioner. The air conditioner cools, the heater heats. So that same Maya potency that's coming originally from Krishna, for the devotees, it's very cooling and pleasing. And for the non-devotees, it's hot as fire and burning. So, and another example is in the case of Prahlad Maharaj. When he saw Nrsingadev, who came out of the column and was roaring like a lion, whenever you hear a lion roar, it's very frightening, he was not afraid. Because he saw his Supreme Personality Godhead, who he was worshipping, and he knew this is Krishna. But Hiranyakashipu was frightened out of his wits. He had never seen such a creature before, half lion, half man, with huge nails, claws of a lion, and he ripped Hiranyakashipu apart. And everyone was afraid. Lakshmi Devi was afraid, Brahma was afraid, all the Devatas were afraid. But Prahlad Maharaj wasn't afraid. And therefore, because even Lakshmi, although she is always accompanying Nrsingadev, like we have the deity here, Lakshmi Nrsingadev. But she had never seen Nrsingadev so angry before. She was afraid to go near him. Brahma tried to give her a garland, said, "Put this garland on Nrsingadev so he'll calm down." She said, no, I don't want to go near him. So he gave the garland to Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj went and garlanded Nrsingadev, and Nrsingadev calmed down. And he said, "My dear boy Prahlad, I'm very pleased." Why was he pleased by Prahlad? Because no matter how dangerous the situation was, his father and mother were trying to kill him, they tried to poison him, they tried to throw him off a cliff, they threw him into a den of poisonous snakes, they threw him into the ocean where there were dangerous sharks, they tried to do everything to kill him. But he was always protected by Krishna because he was always chanting Hare Krishna and remembering the Lord. This should be an example for us when there is trouble in our life. If you remember Krishna always and chant his holy name, somehow or other, he will protect you from that problem. You might not understand rationally how it's going to happen, but it will happen. It will happen. If we just go on chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. We should chant in the same way that a baby cries for its mother when the baby is hungry or when the baby is feeling some pain. So the baby will cry in such an earnest, sincere way that the mother is forced to come. And as soon as the mother coddles the baby feels happy and stops crying. You see? So in the same way, Krishna will come to us if we chant his holy name sincerely, without any material desire, simply wanting the Lord. Just like sometimes in a marriage, After the honeymoon is over, after some years, after some children, the magic of attraction to each other wears off. Right? That same magic that was there earlier when you first got married, or the appearance of love or affection, or everything, sort of wears off, and things become ordinary. That infatuation is lost. Right? However, in the case of a devotee, the infatuation with Krishna only increases. It never diminishes as long as you keep chanting and hearing about Krishna. This is the secret to advance in spiritual life. This chanting, shravanam, and hearing, kirtanam, and repeating, is the secret to keep that infatuation, that love, that affection for Krishna increasing all the time. The more you know about Krishna, the more you will love him, because he has all wonderful qualities. So he saved Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad was not afraid. He saved, and his parents, Vasudeva and Devaki, were saved by the Lord, and they always were thinking about the Lord. Nanda Maharaj and Yasoda Mani were always thinking about Krishna. You see? So this is the secret to conquering all problems of life. This remembrance of Krishna called smaranam. Okay, so next point. First, that's the first point. He's the master of the illusory energy. Now, how do we know that? If you read the Ramcharitmanas, you'll see that at one point, Rama is looking for Sita Devi in the forest in South India, and he's not finding her after she was kidnapped. And he's very, let's say, emotionally distraught, looking for her. Lord Shiva hears about this, and he's very fascinated, and he goes to see Rama going through the forest saying, Sita, Sita, where are you? He has tears in his eyes. And he comes back to Kailash and tells Durga, Parvati, his wife, he says, I've just seen the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. Rama is going through the forest like an ordinary man, crying and looking for Sita. It's the most wonderful thing I've ever seen. So Parvati says, oh, you think it's so wonderful? I want to go see also. This is described in the Ramcharitmanas by Tulsidas. So Parvati goes and she sees Rama going through the forest, distraught, looking for Sita. And she says, oh, I'm going to help him overcome his pain. So she transforms her body into a body that looks exactly like Sita Devi. And she goes up in front of Rama and smiles. And Rama looks right at her and says, oh, Parvati, where is your husband? And this completely shocks Parvati. In other words, Rama is able to see through her ruse. And he reminds her that, look, you're the wife of Shiva. You should not pretend that you're my wife. And she's shocked by the whole thing. She's bewildered by it. And she turns around and starts running as fast as she can away from Rama. And she stops for 1 second and looks behind, and she sees Rama and Sita smiling and waving at her. And this freaks her out completely. And then she starts running again, looking forward, and she sees Sita and Ram in front of her, smiling and waving at her. And she's completely bewildered. She closes her eyes and just runs as fast as she can. She goes back to Kailash. And there, when she arrives, she composes herself as if nothing has happened and goes into the presence of her husband, Lord Shiva, who is very calm and meditative. And he says, oh, did you see how wonderful Ram is in that state of anxiety for Sita? And before she says yes, Lord Shiva realizes what she tried to do. And immediately he goes into a deep samadhi for 30,000 years. And during that time, he doesn't speak, he's just meditative. And Parvati realizes she made a major mistake and that her husband is angry. Now, men, you should understand this. when the wife gets you angry, you don't get angry. You become meditative like Shiva. You see? This is a very important point Tulsidas is teaching us. It's the worst thing in the world to get angry, because anger causes destruction. Anyway, 30,000 years Parvati is reflecting on the mistakes she did, trying to cheat Lord Rama, pretending to be his wife. Right? And Rama rejected it totally, but in a very nice way. He didn't get angry at her. You see, you don't have to get angry at people. You just have to know how to speak properly, and they all understand. He didn't say, "Oh, what are you trying to pretend to be my wife? You're being unfaithful to your husband. You're nonsense." No, he didn't say anything. He said, "Oh, Sita, where is your husband? Parvati, where is your husband Shiva?" She understood. So that's another example of how Lord Krishna's Maya is greater than Parvati or Durga's Maya. Then there's another example. One time Lord Brahma, he tried to disrupt Krishna's pastimes in Vrindavan. He said, "What is this? People say this little boy is God. Let me test him." So he goes and he steals all the calves and cows and all the cowherd boys and takes them far away. And it only takes him 1 second to take them away. But 1 second of Brahma's time is 1 year of our time. And when he comes back, he sees the same cows, calves, and cowherd boys. And he gets bewildered. And he says, "Wait a minute. This can't happen to me. I'm Yogeshwara. I'm the master of mysticism in the universe. How can I get bewildered?" He thought, it's only because this little boy, he's actually Bhagavan Krishna. Although he's appearing like a little boy, he has all the power of the Lord, and his power is greater than mine. And what does Brahma do? He surrenders to Krishna, realizing that Krishna is the real Yogeshwara. He's just a little Yogeshwara. Right? And then one time, Lord Shiva, who is the master of Durga Mata, of Mahamaya, he heard about Mohini Murti, who appeared when the Asuras and the Devatas were churning the ocean of milk. And afterwards, when Dhanvantari came out of the ocean of milk with a pot of Amrit, the Asuras stole it, and they ran away with it to drink it. But before they could drink a drop, Krishna appears as Mohini Murti. Now, all demons, they're always bewildered by beautiful women. So, Mohini Murti is the most beautiful woman ever in existence. And the demons go nuts when they see her. They forget about the Amrit. And she says, "My dear boys, you give me the pot of Amrit, and I will distribute it equally between you and the Devatas." So they give it to her. They're mesmerized by her beauty. And she says, "Now everybody sit down. The Devas sit over here, and the Asuras sit over here. And I'll start with the Asuras, and then I'll finish with the Deva. I'll start with the Devas, and I'll finish with the Asuras." Well, all the Asuras were so bewildered by her beauty that they listened to what she said, except one, and that was Rahu. And he tried to convince the other Asuras that this was a trick, that she was going to trick them. But they were so enamored by her that they ignored what he said. So what did Rahu do? He disguised himself like a Deva and sat with the Devas. So when Mohini Murti started giving 1 drop of the Amrit to each one of the Devas, she didn't notice at first that this person, Rahu, was dressed like a Deva, and she put a drop in his mouth, but right away she realized this is a demon, and she immediately appeared with a chakra, because she is Narayana, and cut his head off. Now, because that one bit of Amrit touched his lips, his head became immortal, and it spun into space, and it became an invisible planet called Rahu. So whenever there's an eclipse of the sun or the moon, it's because Rahu goes between the earth and the sun. Of course, the scientists, the astronomers, they explain the eclipse differently, but this is the Vedic explanation of it. That's why it's actually inauspicious to see an eclipse of the sun. And it's also, in a sense, inauspicious when the moon is eclipsed totally, right? So, now Mohini Murti ends with giving the Amrit only to the Devas and doesn't give any to the Asuras. So later on, Shiva hears about how beautiful this special form of Krishna was as Mohini Murti. So he and Parvati go to see the Lord, and Lord Shiva begs him, please, he said, I heard about your form of Mohini Murti. I want to see it. And the Lord just smiles. And shortly after that, he manifests his form as Mohini Murti. Lord Shiva forgets Parvati and starts running after her in a state of complete bewilderment, trying to grab her. She's so beautiful. And this is another example of how Krishna's Maya is greater than Maya's Maya. And it's greater than Shiva because Shiva is the master of Maya, right? He's the Lord of Parvati. But even he is bewildered by the Lord, right? And then there's the example of Indra. Indra thought, what is this little kid? He's 7 years old, and he stopped my puja. He stopped his father and all the cowherd men of Vrindavan from doing puja for me. This is nonsense. I'm going to teach them all a lesson, and I'll see if this little kid is actually Krishna or not. You see, when the Devas sometimes become very proud because they have so much power and so much glory. So he sends the Samvartaka clouds. These are the worst torrential rain clouds in the universe. And for many days, they drench Vrindavan, and it gets so serious that it looks like everyone's going to die. So what does Krishna do, this little 7-year-old boy? He lifts up Govardhan Parvat, a 26-mile-long mountain, with his little finger. While he's lifting it like this, Nanda Maharaj and other cowherd men, and everybody comes under the mountain, because it's lifted off its base, and they think, oh, Krishna is only 7 years old. He's going to get tired holding the mountain. So they get their canes and they try and help him to hold the mountain up. You see, they're totally bewildered also. And finally, Indra realizes this little boy has defeated me. He's saved the residents and the cows of Vrindavana, and my rain clouds are nothing. And these are the best, most fierce rain clouds I have. So he realizes, although he's appearing as a little boy, he actually must be Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he comes and surrenders to him. So we see how the different devas are actually bewildered by Krishna's supreme illusory energy, greater than anything even Durga can do. So this is point one that differentiates Krishna from all the devatas and all people. And point two is that when Krishna appears, even if he appears as a baby, like from birth to 5 years old, he still has all the power of Bhagavan. Now this is also bewildering, because when we don't have that. When we're born, like when you have a little baby, that baby is powerless, has hardly any power at all. But Krishna is described as having ekarasa. That means even in a baby body, he has all the power of Bhagavan Krishna. He's the same person and the same power. And in all his incarnation, all his expansions, such as Narayana, Narayana has also the same power as Krishna, and so does Balaram and Lord Vishnu. So this is something that's bewildering to people. So when Krishna appeared in Vrindavan as a child of Nanda Maharaj and Yasoda Mai, there was a demon named Sankakuda. He's called the cart demon. And one day they left the baby Krishna next to this big cart. And the demon, at that point, came out of the cart and tried to kill Krishna. And Krishna just kicked it with his little toe. He's only a baby. who had only been born a few weeks before, killed the demon and destroyed the cart. Now, if you want to test this, you let your newborn baby kick a 20-foot cart and see what happens. Nothing happens, right? But Krishna, even though he was so young, he destroyed the demon. Then another time, when Mother Yasoda was suckling Krishna in her courtyard in Vrindavan, a big demon sent by Kamsa named Putana changed her form from a 12-mile-long huge body. She was a real giant. She would be the greatest basketball player today. She was 12 miles high. She changed her body into a beautiful Devi, like demigoddess. And she entered in the courtyard of Yasodamai, and everyone was dazzled by her beauty. And she asked Yogamai, "Can I feed your son?" And Mother Yasoda gave her little Krishna. And when Krishna was suckling her, he took out her soul from her body, and she died. And then her body expanded 12 miles long, and people realized, oh no, this demon tried to kill Krishna, and somehow or other, she died right away. So again, even though he was still being breastfed, he had all the power of Bhagavan. Right? And Putana died. Then another time, when he was still a baby, Trinavata demon came. Trinavata was a tornado demon. And he came, and while everyone was in Vrindavan enjoying, he comes and he whirls and picks up Krishna, takes him up a mile high into the sky, and he's going to throw him down so that he dies. And Krishna killed the demon Trinavata and saved all the residents of Vrindavan. So here are three examples of Ekarasa. It means that even Krishna appears as a little baby, as in his Kumara age, or his Poganda age, or his Kaisura age, he always retains his absolute power. So that's point number 2. Point number 3 is Krishna is eternal, and we're a part and parcel of Krishna, so we're also eternal. Our soul comes from Krishna. Everything comes from Krishna. Our body is made of Krishna's material energies. Bhumirapo nalo vayu kam mano buddhire vachahankara itiyam me bina pakritirastada. Earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, false ego. All this comes from Krishna. It's his inferior spiritual energy. And we are his superior spiritual energy, or paraprakriti. We are a minute individual soul, just as it says, Mamai Vamsa Jiva Loka, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. So we are the Jiva Bhuta Sanatana, the eternal, minuscule amsas, parts and parcels of Krishna. We have individuality, Krishna has individuality. The difference is, his individuality is infinitely great, and our individuality is infinitely small. So therefore, in the Katha Upanishad, it says, Nityo Nityanam Chaitanas Chaitananam Eko Bahunam Yo Vidadati Kamam Tam Atmastam Ye Nupasyanti Dhiras Te Sam Santi Saswati Nitarasam. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he's the prime eternal person amongst all eternal living entities. The living entities are cognizant, but the Supreme Lord Krishna is supremely cognizant of all living entities and everything in existence. And the difference is that the Supreme Lord Krishna is the eternal that's sustaining all other eternals. In other words, all of us are being fed every day, all of us are being warmed every day, all of us have life air or prana. It's all because of Krishna. He's the source of everything. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchitananda Vigraha. We are being sustained by the Lord. He is giving the sunshine. He's giving rain. He gives us earth. He gives us seeds. He gives us air. Therefore, everything we do and everything we try to do in life depends on Krishna. So this is the third point. He's sustaining everyone and everything in the universe, including the devatas, including all living entities, and so forth. And then number 4, the living entities, or all of us in the material world, we are impure due to our tendency for sense gratification. Whenever we try and gratify our senses, we violate some laws of material nature. Because the purpose of material creation is not sense gratification or being materially happy. The purpose of creation, this material world, is to give us a chance to rehabilitate ourselves, to go back to the spiritual world. People misunderstand what is the purpose of life in this world. They think that the purpose of life in this world is have a family, enjoy good food, go on vacations, make a lot of money, send the kids to college, let them get them married, and this is the purpose of life. And then you die and it's finished. No, that's not the purpose of life. Purpose of life for the parents, for the children, for the grandparents, for the grandchildren, is to rehabilitate ourselves, purify our heart from lust, anger, greed, envy, illusion, and madness, and develop pure love for God, for Krishna, and go back to Godhead at the end of life. That's the purpose of this world. That's the real purpose of education. That's the real purpose of all endeavors. But we misunderstand that, and we think the purpose is just to enjoy, eat, sleep, and be merry. Therefore, we commit sinful activities knowingly and unknowingly. And because of that, we are impure. But Krishna, and we have two major weaknesses of the heart that lead us into this dead end of birth, death, old age, and disease, constantly being repeated, birth after birth. The two weaknesses of our heart, number one, is when we become envious of Krishna in the spiritual world, because he is the center of all attraction, we become attracted to the material world. And we think, if I go to the material world, I can be equal to Krishna. I can dominate. I can control. I can enjoy in the material world, independent of this Krishna. That is the first weakness of the heart, and that causes us to fall down from the material world. Now, that same thing is repeated over and over again now. Whatever happened originally happens now also. Someone can be married and think, oh, I'm getting tired of my wife, but this other lady or this other man, they're really nice. I'll just leave my wife and marry that person. Right? That's a fall down. That's breaking a vow. Or someone can be working for a company and think, oh, I'm sick and tired of this company. I'll take some of the secrets of the company and go to the competitor and give it to them and get a higher position. You see? Again, that is a breaking trust. So what we did originally, we keep doing here. See? And it's the first weakness of the heart. This dissatisfaction with our situation and the attempt to improve it by increasing our wealth, our power, our influence, our domination. And the second weakness of the heart is, as we try and dominate in the material world, we have some success. We begin to acquire many material things. And along with the acquisition of material things, we develop a sense of possessiveness and attachment. And when that happens, we give up any attempt at devotional service, any attempt at genuine spiritual activity. We become so enthralled by domination and acquisition that we forget about Krishna completely, and we become entangled by the laws of karma in action and reaction. And this is the second weakness of the heart. All problems in life are caused by these two weaknesses of the heart. All problems. You have any problems? There's sickness, there's money problems, there's family problems, there's political problems, there's war, there's hurricanes, there's this, there's that. It's all due to these two weaknesses of the heart. Both of these weaknesses of the heart will stop us from ever trying to make a spiritual solution to these problems. We'll always seek a material solution, which only gets us deeper into problems. There is no material solution that can solve material problems. There's only one solution that can solve material problems, and that's a spiritual solution. Just like when Parvati was going to misrepresent what she did to her husband, and her husband Shiva understood that she tried to trick Lord Rama by pretending to be his wife, he didn't get angry at her. He just remained quiet and went into a deep state of meditation. You see? Getting angry doesn't solve a problem. It only makes it worse. But having control of the mind and the senses and thinking, how can I help myself and help this other person come out of this state of confrontation and come to a win-win situation? Well, that requires self-control. That requires intelligence. So here we see that once we understand what our problem is, problem one, we think that the material world is for our sense gratification. It is not. It's for controlling the senses. When you do yoga, the whole purpose of yoga is controlling the mind and the senses so that you can redirect them from material things to spiritual things. So, secondly, what is the purpose of this material world? It's to give us a chance to rehabilitate ourselves and go back to the spiritual world. Number two, we become dissatisfied by serving God, so then we want to serve ourselves. As soon as we feel like that, we become attracted to the material world, and we come down here to dominate and imitate Krishna as enjoyer and dominator and controller. And when we start to control things and succeed by making money, developing friends, power, and so forth, we become entangled and by possessiveness, and we begin to totally forget God and become totally in illusion by the arrogance of having a lot of money, a lot of power, a lot of prestige, and so forth. That means there's no way of solving the problem of birth, death, old age, and disease at that point. We will continue over and over again in material life. So Krishna, on the other hand, is not affected by the material energy. It's his own energy. And he's not affected by the modes of material nature, goodness, passion, and ignorance. Therefore, he's completely different than us. And for us to understand Krishna, we have to rise above the influence of rajas, tamas, sattva, rajas, and tamas, and come to the same level of Krishna, being free of the influence of material attraction. And the way to do that is to use everything material correctly in the service of Krishna. Mam chayo vibhicharina bhakti yogena sevate. Saganam samatita tan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. A person who engages their whole life in the service of Krishna, unfailing and unflinchingly, they transcend the gunas, the sattva, rajas, tamas, and they come to a transcendental level of visuddha sattva. They're no longer influenced by anger, greed, and lust, and so forth. They're free to serve the Lord and serve humanity, and therefore they are liberated at the end of life. They're already liberated now. So there are many other points that differentiate Krishna from all other living entities and all the other devatas. This is a big subject. If we understand this, then we develop a great desire to be Krishna conscious. And above all, the more you learn about Krishna, the more you realize I should surrender to Krishna. Just like Arjuna, he heard the entire Bhagavad Gita. By the end, he decided, I'm going to surrender completely to Krishna. That is our real destiny. You will not achieve the same destiny by surrendering to the CEO of the company or surrendering to a person who, like yourself, is attracted to the material world and has the two weaknesses of the heart. We must surrender only to a person who's transcendental, and that only person that we know is Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So thank you very much. We'll stop right there. Are there any questions anyone has? Complete silence. That means there's no answers. Someone should have a question. Go ahead, Arun, ask a question. One question. By the way, it is not a good thing to not ask a question. Because whenever there's a spiritual discussion, if you read the Padma Purana, you read Bhagavad Gita, you read major discourses in the Mahabharata, they're all questions and answers. That is the process of spiritual elevation, through questions and answers. Go ahead.
Sorry, I just came a little late, Prabhu. So you were just saying there are two things in the heart.
Two weaknesses of the heart.
Of the heart. Can you just explain that once more, Prabhu?
Well, you have to understand, these weaknesses of the heart, they're going on all the time. It's not that they happen once in history and then doesn't happen again. They're going on all the time. So the first weakness of the heart is being dissatisfied, right? We originally became dissatisfied in the spiritual world. And then the mind starts wandering. And it goes, just like when bees fly around, they go to flowers. But when flies fly around, they avoid the flowers and they go to stool, right? So the mind that's dissatisfied, it will always go to some stool. You understand? Something horrible. But it looks good. So, therefore, we became dissatisfied with Krishna being the center of everything in the spiritual world. And that's due to envy. And we became attracted by the material world. Like, for example, when you go on an airplane, in the back of the seat in front of you, there's a shiny magazine. You pick it up, and it looks very, very nice. And the main story there is, go to Montreal and enjoy. And you see a bar, where there's liquor and meat in Montreal. And all the people are very beautiful, handsome. They're dressed nicely. They have really nice white teeth. And they're smiling. And everything is shiny in the bar. And they're drinking. And it looks like they're having a great time. So you go there. You decide, I'm not going to go to Dallas. I'm going to Montreal, right, next time. Now, when you're coming back from Montreal to Seattle, you pick up the magazine again on a different airline, and it says, go to Seattle and be happy. And there's a picture of people in a bar in Seattle, in Bellevue or Seattle, and they all dress nicely, and they're handsome, they're beautiful, and they're nice drinks, martinis and whatever, and it looks good. You say, wow, they're happy. I'm not happy. They're happy. Maybe I should do what they're doing, you see. So this dissatisfaction is originally from the spiritual world. And then we become attracted to things that look good. Just like once a man saw an advertisement, a big advertisement, go to hell and be happy. But it looked like Hawaii. There was a nice beach and people in bathing suits, and somebody was drinking a pina colada. So he said, hey, hell can't be that bad. And it was only $15. You get a Hertz car. You get 1 week free in a motel. All meals paid for, and only $15. I said, wait a minute. If I go to Hawaii, it costs me $1,500. If I go to hell, it's only $15. And it looks just like Hawaii. So he bought a ticket, and he had to go to this high-rise in downtown Seattle, and there's an elevator that goes to hell, right? So he got into the elevator, and he went to hell. When the doors opened, there were these two demons. They grabbed him and started beating him like this. And he said, hey, what's going on here? I thought this was like Hawaii. He said, that was the advertisement. This is the reality. See? So it's like that. You see, we get cheated easily because we want to be cheated, right? As soon as we become dissatisfied, we will be cheated. You see, that originally happened to us. That's the first weakness. We think if I go, grass is greener on the other side of the mountain. So therefore we decide to go somewhere where we can be Krishna. We can dominate. Just like sometimes you're dissatisfied with the company you're working for. You think, well, I'll quit Microsoft, I'll work for Amazon, right? And you think it's going to be better there. So, yeah, it might be better, but you might have to work much harder, and who knows, So you see, this dissatisfaction is a disease. And then and then we want to dominate more. We want to control. And then we become addicted as we succeed by collecting more material things, more houses, more cars, more clothes, and so forth. And we become attached to these things. Then there's no hope of Krishna consciousness at that point. So those are two weaknesses of heart. We become dissatisfied, we become attracted to the material world, to dominate. As we succeed in our domination, we become very, very attached to material things. And this becomes a major obstacle, lifetime after lifetime, to become Krishna conscious. Okay? Okay. All problems of life are due to these two weaknesses of the heart. Unless we overcome this, we will never make a solution to birth, death, old age, and disease. Okay, we'll stop there. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Go to Premanandi. Okay, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah.
So, you said that because of envious nature of soul, we come from Goloka Vrindavan.
We revolt against Krishna.
Yeah, because of that.
You can't stay in the spiritual world with that mentality.
Yeah, just my question is like it is difficult to imagine that. So here we do chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and our goal is to get liberate from here and go to Goloka Vrindavan. So even after going there, again it is like you'll come back to here and it is kind of cycle.
No. We were originally there and we fell down. Now, I'm going to give you an example you'll understand. Let's say somebody calls you up. What is your name?
Manikant.
Manikant. Okay, somebody calls you up, Manikant. Kemcho. And he says, Manikant, this is your lucky day. You won a free vacation to Cancun, Mexico. You get hotel free, you get car free, all meals free, and hotel room free. How do you want your ticket? You want it by snail mail, you want it by email, or you want to pick it up at the airport? And you get all excited. You say, okay, I'll pick it up at the airport. He said, okay, look, Manikant, I just need two things. Give me your Social Security number and your bank account number, and you got your ticket. So you're so excited. You give those two bits of information, and when the date comes, you go to the airport, and SeaTac, and you got your bags packed, and your wife is there also. There's two tickets, and you go and you go to a check-in counter, and you say, I'm Manikant. There should be a ticket here for me to go to Cancun. They said, okay, well, let me see. Write your name down. We'll look at it on the computer. And they look on the computer and said, we don't see it here, Manikant. It's not here. I said, no, it has to be there. I paid already, 5,000. I already, I was promised. They said, well, it's not here, Manikant. And you get a cold shriek down your spine, see? And you think, oh my God, was I cheated? So you go home, your wife is really angry because you promised her vacation. There's no ticket. And you look at your bank account and $10,000 in the hole. Then you realize that you were cheated. Now, the next time someone calls up and they say, Manikant, this is your lucky day. You won a free ticket to Mazatlan in Mexico. How do you want to receive the ticket? Email, snail mail, or you want to pick it up at the airport? What do you say, Manikant? So once you come to the material world and go through millions of births and deaths and suffering, life is suffering. And not always as a human being, as ants, as microbes, as snakes, as rabbits, as eagles, right? And then you're liberated after a long, hard struggle, and you go back to God. You think you would come back to the material world again? After knowing what it's like? Impossible. Just like you would never accept that phone call a second time. You see? Okay. Any other questions? Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna. So our Ajamil Prabhu is going to lead Kirtan. You chant whatever you want. Yeah, okay. Gaur Hari. Gaur Arti. Oh, I didn't. No one told me. See, every time they do this, see, they don't tell me. Go ahead.
But I'm here to be the drummer instead.
If you don't tell me, how do I know?
I don't know.
কি বজয় জয় গৌরা চাঁদের আরতি শোভা জাহ্নবী তট বনে জগমন লোভা জাহ্নবী তট জগমন লোভা কিবদ্দখী নেনি তাই চাঁদ বামে গদাধর হরিব হরিব শিবদখী নেনি তাই চাঁদ বামে গদাধর নিকটে অদ্বৈত সে মাথা ছত্র ধর শিব বসি আছেন গৌরাচন্দ্র রত্ন সিংহাসনে বসি আরতি করেন ব্রহ্মা আদি দেব গণে আরতি করেন ব্রহ্মা আদি দেব গণে কিবনর হরি আদি করি চম রদিউ লায় হরি হরি সঞ্জয় মুকুন্দ বাসু ঘোষয়াদি গায় সঞ্জয় সঞ্জয় মুকুন্দ বাসু ঘোষয়াদি গায় শিব শঙ্খ বাজে ঘণ্টা বাজে বাজে কর তাল মধুর মৃদঙ্গ বাজে পরম রসল মধু শিববহ কোটি চন্দ্রজিনী বদ নয়ুজ্জ্বল গল দেশের বনমালা করে ঝল মল শিব শিব সুখ নারদ প্রেমে গদ গদ ভকতি বিনোদ দেখে গৌরার সম্পদ জয় শ্রী কৃষ্ণ চৈতন্য প্রভু নিত্যানন্দ শ্রী অদ্বৈত গদাধর শ্রীবাসাদি গৌর ভক্ত বৃন্দ জয় শ্রী প্রভু নিত্যানন্দ জয় গৌর ভক্ত বৃন্দ জয় গৌর ভক্ত বৃন্দ হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ হরে হরে রাম হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, hey, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hey, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hey, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Please raise your hand. Bolo Nitayo Gaurango, Nitayo Gaurango, bolo. Please raise your hand. Bolo Nitayo Gaurango, Nitayo Gaurango. Bolo Nitayo Gaurango, Jaya Gaur Hari. Bolo Gaur Hari, Jaya Gaur Hari. Bolo Nitayo Gauranga, Jaya Gaur Hari. Nitayo Gauranga, Jaya Gaur Hari. Namaste Naro Singhaya. Namaste Naro Singhaya. Prahlado লাদো দাইনে প্রহ্লাদ লাদো দাইনে হিরণ্য কশি পূর্বক্ষ শিলতন কালো কালো হে তনু সিংহ পরত সিংহ যত যত যামি তত নৃসিংহ বাহের নৃসিংহ হৃদয়ে নৃসিংহ নরসিংহম দীম শরণাম পদে তব কর কমলবরে নকাম অদ্ভুত শৃঙ্গার দলিতা হিরণ্যকশিপু তন বৃঙ্গা কেশব ধীতা নর হরি রূপ জয় জগদীশ হরে জয় জগদীশ হরে জয় জগদীশ হরে তব কর কমলব রে নকাম অদ্ভুত শৃং দলিতা তান হিং তা 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 কেশবধৃতা নর হরি রূপ জয় জগ জয় জগদীশ হরে কেশবধৃতা নর হরি রূপ জয় জগদীশ হরে জয় জগদীশ হরে জয় জগদীশ হরে কেশব জয় জগদীশ হরে জয় জগৎ জয় জগদীশ হরে জয় জগদীশ হরে জয় জগদীশ হরে বলো জয় জগদীশ হরে 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 জয় জয় নরসিংহদেব জয় নরসিংহদেব নরসিংহদেব জয় নরসিংহদেব জয় 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 প্রভুপাদ 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 विघ्न विनाश नरसिंह भगवान की, प्रहलाद महाराज की। प्लीज रेज योर हैंड। चैतन्य महाप्रभु की, नित्यानंद प्रभु की जय 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 श्री श्री राधे।
हरि बोल, हरि बोल। हरे कृष्णा, हरे कृष्णा, हरे कृष्णा, कृष्णा कृष्णा, हरे हरे, हरे रामा, हरे रामा, रामा रामा, हरे हरे. So we will have a performance by our upcoming youth of the community. So we will be performing a beautiful song. It's called the Shri Shri Kevalastakam, the glories of the holy name. So please stay back. It is very interactive and it's sure to evoke some special feelings for the holy name, for chanting the holy name. So we'll take just a few minutes to set up. Everything is live. Live music. Yes. Okay.
Announce this. We have a few quick announcements. The sponsors tonight are Raghavendra and Manjula on their wedding anniversary. Raghavendra and Manjula. Also, Akash, in the memory of his grandfather's passing, the first anniversary, Akash and his grandfather's passing anniversary. And then Nitin and Nikita Mujumdar on their marriage anniversary. Nitin and Nikita Mujumdar. So we want to ask them if they come quickly, get Radha Nila Madhava's mercy. Come to the altar. We have our Festival of Color, or Holy Festival, Saturday, March 24th in Marymore Park. We have a program now in Seattle every week, Saturday night from 6 to 9. And next week is our Maha Nagar Sankirtan. We expect 300 people to come out and chant in the streets of Seattle next week at meeting at Westlake Park. We have a special program on March the 10th from 4:30 to 7 p.m. called The Glories of Lord Narayana.
Haribol, Haribol.
And it's a musical Hari Katha on the importance of chanting the holy name. And March 25th is Ram Nami. Hare Krishna.
No, we have it here. It's right here, right here. This thing is... Haribol. So I hope you all had a wonderful Gaur Purnima celebration. We want to start out all by shouting the name of Sri Hari. Ready? So we'll do Hari Bol, right? 1, 2, 3. Hari! Let's do another Hari Bol for all our performers. Hari! And one more time, really loudly.
I'm talking about. No, that's okay. Sorry. That guy, Santos, bro. Glasses. Yeah, they're gonna be over.
Mina, sit here, don't go through them, okay?
Kesha doesn't have.
Who?
Kesha.
Who's Kesha?
He doesn't have white one.
It doesn't matter, it's done.
For the pleasure of the Lord and for his devotees, Kids Kirtan presents Shri Shri Kevalashtakam, the glories of the holy name. Shri Shri Kevalashtakam ki! Kevalam. Haribo, Haribo, hey, Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Hare Nam, Eva Kevalam, Hare Nam, Eva Kevalam, Kalona Steva, Kalona
पिता चापि सा गुरु सा पिता चापि सा माता बन्धवोऽपि सः सा माता बन्धवोऽपि सः शिक्षये चेत् सदा स्मर्तम् शिक्षये चेत् सदा स्मर्तम् हरे नामेव केवलम् हरे नामेव केवलम् हरिवा हरे नाम हरे नाम हरे नाम हरे नाम हरे नामेव केवलम् हरे नामेव केवलम् कल्लो नास्त्यैव कल्लो नास्त्यैव 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 नतिरन्यता नतिरन्यता हरे नाम हरे नाम हरे नाम हरे नाम हरे नामेव केवलम् हरे नामेव केवलम् हरे नामेव केवलम् हरे नामेव केवलम् हरे नामेव
That person is a true preceptor, or a true father, a true mother, and a true friend also. Only if they teach one to always remember the holy name of Sri Hari alone is
निश्वासे नाही विश्वासा
निश्वासे नहि विश्वासा
कदा रुदो भविष्यति
कदरुधो भविष्यति
कीर्तनीयमतो बाल्यात्
कीर्तनीयमतो बाल्यात् हरे नामेव केवलम् हरे नामेव केवलम्
हरे नाम
हरे नाम
हरे नाम
हरे नाम
हरे नामेव केवलम्
हरे नामेव केवलम्
कल्लो नास्त्यैव
कल्लो नास्त्यैव
नास्त्यैव नास्त्यैव
नास्त्यैव
नतिरन्यता
नतिरन्यता
हरे नाम
हरे नाम
हरे नाम
हरे नाम
हरे नामेव केवलम्
हरे नामेव केवलम्
हरे नामेव केवलम्
हरे नामेव केवलम्
हरे नामेव हरि सदा वसे तत्र
हरि साधवसे तत्र
यत्र भागवता जनः
यत्र भागवता जनाः
गायन्ति भक्तिभावेन
गायन्ति भक्तिभावेन
हरे नामेव केवलम्
हरे नामेव केवलम्
हरि बोल हरे नाम
हरे नाम
हरे नाम
हरे नाम
हरे नामेव केवलम्
dwells in that place where truly exalted, spiritually advanced souls sing in the mood of pure devotion. The holy name of Sri Hari alone is everything. Ahudukam ahadukam.
Ahodukam mahadukam.
Dukada dukatram yataha.
Rataha.
Kachanam vishmitam ratna.
Kachayam vishmritam ratna.
Harenameva kevalam. Harenameva kevalam. Harenama.
Harenam.
Harenama.
Harenam.
Harenameva kevalam.
Harenameva kevalam.
Alona steva.
Alona steva.
Nasteva nasteva.
Nasteva nasteva.
Tiranyata.
Gatiranyata.
Harenama.
Harenam.
Harenama.
Harenam.
Harenameva kevalam.
Hey! Harenameva kevalam.
Harenameva kevalam.
Hey! Harenameva kevalam.
Harenameva kevalam. Aho! What a sorrow! What a great sorrow! More painful than any other misery in this world. Mistaking it as a mere piece of glass, the people have forgone this jewel. The holy name of Sri Hari alone is everything. Diyatam diyatam karno.
Diyatam diyatam karno.
Niyatam niyatam bachaha.
Niyatam niyatam vachaha.
Jiyatam jiyatam nityam.
Giyatam giyatam nityam. Harenameva kevalam. Harenameva kevalam.
Hey hey Harenam.
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 Harenameva kevalam.
Harenameva kevalam.
Kalona steva.
Kalona steva.
Nasteva nasteva.
Nasteva nasteva.
Tiranyata.
Gatiranyata.
Harenama.
Harenam.
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 Harenameva kevalam.
Harenameva kevalam.
Harenameva kevalam.
Harenameva kevalam.
Harenameva
Kevalam.
It should be heard again and again with one's ears. It should be heard over and over with one's noise. It should be perpetually sung and sung anew. The holy name of Sri Hari alone is everything.
Vidyaja sarva भजते सकलपारम् चिदानन्दमयं शुद्धं हरे नामेव केवलम् हरे नामेव केवलम्
हरिबोल हरे नाम
हरे नाम
हरे नाम
हरे नाम
हरे नाम केवलम
हरे नामेव केवलम्
कल्लो नास्त्यैव
नास्त्यैव नास्त्यैव गतिरन्यथा
हरे नाम हरे नाम
हरे नाम
हरे नामेव केवलम
हरे नामेव केवलम्
हरे नामेव केवलम
हरे नामेव केवलम्
हरे नामेव
Makes the entire universe seem as insignificant as a blade of grass. Its splendors reign supreme over all. It is full of eternally conscious divine ecstasy. It is supremely pure. The holy name of Shri Hari Allah is everything.
More sweet than all sweet things, more auspicious than all other auspicious things, the greatest purifier of all purifying things, the holy name of Shri Hari Allah
is everything. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody loudly.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Everybody
Hare
clap.
Hare. Last one, all together. Hands in the air. Everybody, hands in the air. Slowly. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Wave your hands here to there. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Harinam Sankirtan ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Now everybody sit down for the last message. In this age of Kali, there is no other means for self-realization than chanting the holy name, chanting the holy name of Lord Hari. Shri Shri Kevalastakam ki. Haribo. So we want to thank all of these kids. These are the kids who are there every Friday for Kids Kirtan. It's a free program for all the kids where they learn how to chant the holy name of the Lord, and they learn how to have fun by doing that. Instead of watching movies or being on screen, they actually engage in this beautiful and spiritual activity that actually gives them fulfillment, where they don't have to look anywhere else for fun. So we want to thank all of them for doing such a great job of learning how to present the holy name of the Lord so sweetly through this Kevalastakam. And we encourage all of you to go home tonight and to take this more seriously, to understand the glories of chanting this Hare Krishna mantra, how amazingly powerful it is, and how uplifting it is to humanity, how purifying it is to the environment, how it completely transforms any kind of lowly situation, and creates incredible energy. So pass it over here. We want to thank you all again for watching. Haribo.
So we want to thank Krishna Prastaya and her team, all the nice young Vaishnavas, for this wonderful performance. May they always be blessed to do more and more wonderful programs like this. Thank you. Hare Krishna. So we have our Festival of Colors, Holy Festival, coming up the 24th of March in Marymore Park. Please keep that date in mind. Also, we made a bid to buy a very nice farm, and it was accepted. So we're going to be opening up a new center in the Kent area, and we're going to have our cows and We're going to have a lot of festivals there, picnics, and we're going to have our a small temple. So that will be in June. So keep that in mind. Also tonight, I want to thank Shri Lakshmi Yiram Seti. She's donated $251 tonight. She's only 17 years old. How old? 18 years old. She's going to college, and we want to thank her. Is there a birthday? In which where? Oh. So she got a small scholarship. She added some money to it, and she's donating it to the temple tonight. Thank you very much, Lakshmi. She is really Lakshmi. She's really Lakshmi. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Haribo, everybody. We have one quick announcement. We would like to thank Krishna Prasad Mataji for leading us. We would like to thank Krishna Prasad Mataji for leading us in this Kevalastakam practice and teaching us all.